Hey, thanks, Marissa. Early voting is underway in some states, including Texas, Kentucky, Georgia. You can see the large turnout in several cities in these pictures. Some people have reported waiting hours in long lines to cast their vote. According to the U.S. Elections Project, more than 10.6 million people across the U.S. have already voted in the election as of Tuesday morning. And here in our state, early voting kicks off on Saturday. And joining us today, as is the case every Wednesday morning during election season, is the Registrar of Voters, Gloria. Thanks again for being with us to answer questions about the process, Joe.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Early voting starts in Nevada this weekend, right? You all ready?
Yes, we are. We're in the process of setting up at several locations. We're going to be open at several sites on Saturday. We're expecting a large number of voters, and we're prepared to process.
Now, the mail-in ballots have all been sent. Yeah, everybody should have received that by now, right?
We're asking that voters start to contact us this Friday and Saturday if they haven't received their mail ballot, so that we can figure out what happened and make arrangements to get them a supplemental ballot.
Okay, so if you didn't get a ballot by this weekend, they should call you, they should contact you somehow, your office?
They should contact our office at 702-455-VOTE, and one of our staff members will assist them.
Okay, if you plan to go vote early in person, and the locations are in the sample ballot, right?
That is correct. On the sample ballot and on our website at clarkcountynv.gov/vote.
Okay, do you bring your sample ballot or your mail-in ballot with you to that in-person voting site?
You can bring your mail ballot with you to surrender it at the polls, or if you don't bring your ballot, you'll simply be required to sign an affidavit stating that you do not intend to send that mail ballot in. A reminder to all voters, an attempt to vote twice is not legal, so you shouldn't be sending in your mail ballot if you intend to vote in person.
Okay, there's been some stories in the news recently about poll watchers. What are the rules involving poll watchers?
In an effort to be transparent, we definitely allow observers in our mail ballot processing areas and at our sites are doing early voting and again on election day. So they can observe, they have to stay within a restricted area, and if they have any questions, we're happy to answer them, but they can't interfere or disrupt the voting process.
And how do you ensure that poll workers or voters are staying safe at those polling areas? Is there security that you've hired for these polling places?
Well, we have staff that's trained. All sites have several poll workers that have been trained in keeping everything safe. As far as the pandemic, we have several PPE procedures in place, and we're wiping machines down and wiping down areas there. We have plenty of equipment. Workers will be provided with the masks and all the equipment that they need. And if voters forget to bring their mask, we'll have one available for them to use. We're strongly encouraging people to wear masks and social distance while they're at the sites.
Now, I know you've, in the past few weeks, you've been asking for volunteers to come forward if they want to work the polls. Are you still in need of volunteers?
We're always looking for more people who have the ability to translate in Spanish and Filipino so that we can provide more than enough of what we need at the polls. However, our regular staff for early voting on election day, we have what we need, and we have several reserve poll workers set up as well at this time.
Yeah, we are a very multilingual town. You mentioned Filipino and Spanish, of course, English. Are there any other languages that you need people to come forward?
Those are the only two that we're federally required to support. However, if there are folks who also have the ability for Mandarin or Korean or Vietnamese, contact our office. We also want us to provide that support proactively.
And finally, should people wear their masks when they come to do the in-person voting?
Absolutely. And we've been dealing with the pandemic since March, so hopefully most voters who are wishing to participate in person are already aware of that. And they're being cautious in what they do. Again, if they forget to bring their mask, we will have one on site, but we would like for them to come in with their mask and follow the precautions.
All right, Joe, you got all the answers. I really appreciate you coming by on the show this morning and helping us with those election questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you next Wednesday.
All right.